Hello everyone. Today we are getting ready for the second writing assignment that is due by the end of next week. And we have practically uncovered half of the theory of the class that we need to apply in the writing assignments. We have seen an introduction to rhetoric in the first module. We have seen all related to MLA, formatting your essays and using the citation guidelines that MLA prescribes. And so all this information, you're going to use all this information now as applied into three different type of writing. The first one is an expository summary. This is the second writing assignment, big writing assignment, and for that purpose I have updated a resource that you have in your content, in your module 3 contents. The name of the resource is Writing an Expository Summary. As I discussed in the video conferences on Saturday, in this resource, which is a must read, so it means that everyone has to read, I'm advising that you read the resource after you have read the instruction for the writing assignment. You have to have a clear understanding of what I'm expecting in this second writing assignment. As usual, in your Dropbox or the VEDES folder, you have a Word document with the description, what I'm expecting from this second writing assignment. You have to write a one paragraph essay. I defined what a one paragraph essay is in the learning object of the third module, and you need to write a one paragraph essay writing the objective summary of one of the articles that I listed for you. In the instruction here you have the clear guidelines, you have the question. I'm asking you to summarize one of the articles, to quote that article, preferably using the direct citation pattern, or if you have to paraphrase the quote, that's alright, but I'd rather have you cite directly. I want to see how you handle the process, and this is the result of what we've done in the second module. And in the instructions, I'm also giving you the course conundrum, which is the question that is the backdrop of all the writing assignments in the course. It doesn't mean that you have to answer this question. This question is the theory behind all the assignments and all the tasks that we have in the module, and you have the list of possible reading selections from where you can choose to write your summary. You have one from Scientific American, one from 6 from New Scientist, and one from another journal. I'm also giving you here the objectives are clearly presented. It's a one paragraph essay. You have to format your essay following the guidelines that we have been studying in my class, and then you can watch a second video that I'm recording about this. I'm asking you to use there is a word count limit from 400 words to 500 words, no less than 400, no more than 500. The quoted part of your essay are not part of the word count. You need to rename the file using the nomenclature that we have been using in my class, writing assignment 2. Your last name. You have to do pre-writing. You have to show evidence of some preparation for the assignment. I don't want to read an essay that shows an obvious lack of preparation, so you need to present some pre-writing, listing, questioning, or outlining, whatever you want to use, and I'm going to show you the pre-writing techniques in just a minute. And you also have to do annotated critical reading. The article that you choose to prepare your writing assignment, your summary, you have to do text annotation. You have to interact with the text. You have to write your notes on it, and I want to see those notes. As a matter of fact, this is part of the grade. There is a specific criterion as part of the rubrics where I evaluate what I see, the pre-writing that I see and the annotated critical reading that I see. Please consider reading the instructions carefully. If you don't take the time to read the instructions, chances are that the resulting essay is not going to have the quality I'm expecting. As I said, in this for this writing assignment, you have to do some annotated critical reading, and this is the example of annotated critical reading. You already have this document. I sent it to you in the first module. In case one of you needs this document again, I can send it to you. Here you have a clear example of what an annotated critical reading is. You're using the nomenclature ACR and your last name as usual, and is your rhetorical reading of an article, is your reading to understand the article and reading to engage. The type of notes you write are pretty personal, but they're going to show that you have been working with the article, that maybe clearing doubts or writing side notes that are going to help you in the process of writing your summary. But I need to see that as part of the process. In this document, I'm also giving you examples of pre-writing. This is an example of cluster, but you can use whichever pre-writing techniques you feel more fitting. What I want to see is the same essay, a different version of the same essay, and submitted as a pre-writing form. Pre-writing for me is dirty. Pre-writing is the process, the essay in process, and not practically the same essay with minor variations. So I'm not going to be specific about the pre-writing technique that you need to use. As I said, this is pretty personal, but I want to see real pre-writing. I don't want the same essay duplicated, just submitted to get away with it. But coming back to the resource, I gave you a resource, and this is something that I'm going to keep from now on. Every writing assignment is going to be accompanied by a resource that's going to help you deal with the genre in particular. In this case, I'm giving you the June 2019 resource with the update that I just made. And in this resource, you will be able to find an introduction to the genre, in the contents, what expository writing means, where we use it, when we use it, is the type of writing that is meant to inform. You learn that you're supposed to provide factual information, as Andrea Lunsford says, just the facts, no opinions, no biases. You're not going to be prejudicing. You won't prejudice your reader. It's important you simply transmit the ideas of the article that you read. As I said in the video conference, imagine that the rhetorical objective of this assignment is to translate an article for a blind reader. So that is your supposed audience. You're just translating. You are the medium for the reader to see what other writer wrote. So no opinions, no biases. In this resource, I'm giving you the features of expository writing. I'm making a selection from Andrea Lunsford's text, some selection of some important highlights from her text. I'm giving you the checklist for the assignment. After you finish writing your essay, it might be useful that you came back here and check if you have met the expectations presented here in the checklist. And then in part 4, which is the most important part of this, the resource, is the assumptions and the steps behind this assignment. The one paragraph essay expository summary of an article. I'm giving you the steps, some recommendation. I'm further giving you some additional links, and it might be convenient that you check all this. In number 3, I'm giving you an example of a topic sentence of a one paragraph essay where the author makes the summary of one article. I'm asking you to name the object, the name of the article, name the author, and then keep on using author tags. So these are the requirements for the assignment. And one section which is especially useful is using author tags. And this is very relevant when it comes to writing an objective summary. You have a list of verbs that you have to use in simple present. Remember, MLA prescribes that the simple present tense is the verb tense of choice for the signal phrase. When you introduce the object, for example, Irving considers, or Wong concludes, or persuades, or argues. So always in the simple present tense. Remember, this is an objective summary. And then some tips and examples. And finally, in the resource, I'm always I'm giving you an example, and I'll keep using that in the future, of a good example of a one paragraph essay written by a student in the previous module, and I am annotating the text for you to show you. You don't have to copy this model, but this is just to get some inspiration. Here I'm presenting a good example, as I said, beginning with the topic sentence. New Scientist writer Peter Newman, his article "How to Curb the Threat of Homecoming Jihadist Fighters," analyzes the possible risks of foreign jihadists returning home after volunteer combat with religious groups. Notice here that in the topic sentence, what the student is doing is just introducing the main idea in the article, and after that she uses author tags referring to the author of the article, and then all the verbs that are highlighted in blue are the author tags that she used. Notice that this is one paragraph, only one paragraph, 400 to 500 words. Probably it's going to be 600. Remember, you have to include a couple of quotations. And in this last sentence, she concludes the summary. She wraps up the topic by saying, finally, Newman concludes that a correct identification of those who are dangerous and those who are not is directly related to their potential threat. So this is a great example. Remember, this is an example from the previous module. Your topic is different, but the module is the same. And in the last page, she includes the list of works cited with minor mistakes that could be fixed, but this is the way you have to present the list of works cited. The core elements, the author, the name of the article, the name of the magazine. Notice here that the name of the magazine is in italics, and the URL, the string, the truncated string, not the whole string, but just the part that is critical, that is going to help the reader find the original article. And you have the access date. So this is all about the assignment that is coming right up. Please contact me if you need more information.